As a professional angler, I have got a whole gamut of line choices now, and I keep it simple as possible, but I use all the line choices. In other words, my line choices to me is braid, is fluorocarbon, and is in mono, or in Vish's case, it's a copolymer. But they all have three distinct usages, and I'll give you an example. When would I use braid? When does that application apply? And for me, it's all about punching the big heavy grass mats, whether it's hydrilla, coontail, milfoil, whatever. But it's situations where I'm using like this, big weights, ounce, ounce and a quarter, ounce and a half. Well, why braid in that? I want a line that's small diameter, that when I put that big weight in there, that weight can sink right through the hole and there's no line drag. Second, I want a line that's super sensitive. Braid is by far the most sensitive of all of them. It has less amount of stretch. And also, finally, when I hit fish in that heavy vegetation, this being so strong, this particular braid, 65-pound test, it can hold a fish in that heavy vegetation. And if the fish runs left, right, forward, backwards, this line just cuts the vegetation down. It doesn't drag as fluorocarbon and mono. Braid, it's all about the mats. The advantages of fluorocarbon, more sensitive to mono, less stretch than mono, but it's easier to handle than braid. And also the translucent factor comes in. The line disappears underwater, okay? It literally just goes away. So when I'm flipping buckbrush, lily pads, stumps, any type of bank visual cover, I'm going to throw the fluorocarbon. And I can use the whole range of weights that I like to do in that, anywhere from a quarter all the way up to a half-ounce weight. Fluorocarbon seems to be the best at that. When do I use the old school mono, or in Vish's case, the copolymer? That's very simple for me when I need to be the most accurate. When I need to be the most accurate, it's around boat docks. It's when I'm flipping, skipping, pitching around boat docks. And when I say skipping, I'll literally take this jig and I want it to hit the front of the dock and skip just like a flat rock, 20, 30 feet back in there. The only line, in my opinion, that can do that on a consistent basis and not backlash all the time is the mono. It just handles better. Now I'm going to give up a little bit of line stretch and I'm going to give up a little bit of sensitivity. But when I'm doing this technique, I'm fairly close to my target. So what I'm losing, I'm gaining in accuracy. Three distinct lines. They all have an application.